Hi guys.
Hello.
We are
Gender reveals?
gender reveals at the moment. We're back and in our comfies.
And we might be in a little weird, goofy mood. I don't know.
A silly, goofy mood. Welcome to another episode of Go Read Sis. My name is Katie.
And I'm Lexi.
And we're so excited to be chatting with you today. I'm going to go ahead and start off this episode like we always do with a quick scripture of the episode. Little background on this one. My grandmother sent me this Bible for Christmas.
I was going to say, I don't recognize it. Is
that
that engraved on the back?
Yes.
Oh, so pretty. Oh,
this is
a butterfly?
Yes. So this is a handmade leather by my great uncle. He's like a leather, he does leather work.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
that's beautiful.
He like handmade this Bible cover.
Wow,
he did
is it
one
stamped like
no, he like
engraved or something?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. So if you're watching visually, you can see it. It's really pretty.
If you're not watching visually, it is a leather wrap with a stamp. but like a not like a stamp, like a
No, he did it by hand, but
carved. That's what I was trying to say.
He did one for at least myself, Justin, and David. David's my brother.
I want to see Justin's after this.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'll show you. But then maybe also some of our other some of the other
That's gorgeous.
Yeah. So
and you can put like your own Bible on the flaps.
The cover's removable. So
I love that.
So my grandmother's been reading The Message a lot recently, and we've been talking like the Message version. We've been talking about it quite a bit, but that's the version that she put in here. And for all Reese, he's loving the smell. It smells amazing. It smells like leather.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I know. I love it. So she very specifically, my grandma just prayed over all us kids and asked God for a verse for each of us. So the verse that she gave me that she engraved, she had my great uncle engraved on the back of my Bible cover, is Isaiah 61 verse 1. So that's the one I'm going to read to you guys today. So it says, "The Spirit of God the Master is on me because God anointed me. He sent me to preach good news to the poor, heal the heartbroken, announce freedom to all captives, pardon all prisoners. God sent me to announce the year of his grace."
I love that for the season of life you're in right now.
I do too.
That was really thoughtful of her.
Yeah, I know.
I love your grandma.
Thank you, Grandma Deb. If you're watching this, which you might be, actually. Thank you. I love it.
It's so cute. You picked so good.
Also, we love you.
We really do. She's the cutest human.
She watches. She said something to me yesterday on the phone.
So cute.
It's so cute.
I love
so
Grandma
much.
Deb.
Me too. We love you, Grandma Deb.
She's my grandma too now.
She is.
Yeah.
She's everyone's grandma.
She really is.
I know.
She's just
if you need
the
a
most
grandma,
genuine person I've ever met.
If you need a grandma, call Grandma Deb. She's great.
She is great.
Okay, we can.
Now that I'm fangirling over Grandma Deb.
All right, let's move on with this episode. So this episode is going to be really fun because we are just doing a fun little get to know us.
So fun.
Some of the questions we're going to talk about will be book related. A lot of them will not be. We just really wanted to come on here and give you guys some more information just about us and just kind of chat about us a little bit.
We're besties and we want to be your besties.
Exactly. So if you want to participate in this little get to know us, we would love.
That'd be so fun.
Love for you guys to either put something in the comments or you can even message us on Instagram or something like that. If you have the answers for some of the questions we're going to talk about that you want to share with us, we would absolutely love.
That would be so fun
to know. Yeah.
I love
it. Drop your answers in the comments if you want to. We would love it. We'll read every single one of them.
We really will.
We will. Okay, but I did have on our list to do a book spotlight today.
Oh, okay.
And we're gonna do more of a book question as your book spotlight.
I love.
Yeah. So as we are in a brand new year, it is the first month of the year.
Yeah.
I want to know what book you would recommend for someone whose one of their New Year's goals is to start reading more, and they're not really a reader.
They're not a reader.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a girl or a boy?
We're going to say it's a girly.
Girly.
It's a book girly.
She's a girly.
But she's not a book girly yet.
She wants to be a book girly.
That's like one of her New Year's goals or resolutions.
I have to pull up Goodreads. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Let's see. What do I want to recommend the book girly? She's not a reader, so I don't think I'd do like a high fantasy.
Yeah, no.
I don't think so. I don't even think I would do Fourth Wing.
No, I wouldn't either.
I'm feeling like a lighthearted romance.
Ooh, I love that.
I think I would recommend Happy Place by Emily Henry.
Okay. Tell us about Happy Place by Emily Henry.
Yeah, it is about, I believe they're all fresh out of college.
Okay.
And they're all best friends, like 5 of them, 5 people, like guys and girls are all best friends. They met in college and they meet up at a beach house every summer.
Okay.
And 2 of the people had started dating. They were pretty serious, maybe engaged. I read this a while ago, so it might not be super, super accurate. But they break up.
Okay.
But then none of their friends know because they don't want them to know that there's, like, trouble in the friendship. So they go to the beach house pretending to still be together. And obviously it comes out that they're not together.
Yeah.
And then we find out that every friend in this group kind of has, like, this secret that kind of is a lie. And it's all about, like, coming of age and being truthful with your friends and... Yeah.
Interesting. That sounds so good.
Yeah, it was really good. I got emotional during it because I felt like when I was reading it, I was in a season of leaving my childhood friends because I was moving, and it really hit home in that sense, like just growing apart from your friends and not having them be as a big of part of your life. And I think like in any season, you could relate to any single one of the characters.
Very cool. What would be your like content warnings age rating for that?
I would say it's more new adult just because there is some swearing. The themes in it are not dark, like spooky, but like there's like some trauma and stuff in it that's like maybe a little bit too heavy for a young adult.
Yeah.
So I would say like 16, 17.
Okay. Is it spicy at all?
Not that I recall. Like there is sex in it, but I don't remember it being like overly over the top spicy.
Okay.
Like most of her books, it's on par.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like the sexual tension is where it was like, eh.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, what's yours?
I have to go with a classic. Okay. It's not an actual classic, but it's like it's one that I think a lot of people would recommend to you. If you haven't been recommended it, I would be surprised. But that is The Inheritance Games.
Oh,
because it is very fast paced.
Yep.
There's a lot of intrigue. It's a classic for new readers.
It's a classic
currently.
in the making.
Yeah, it's like something that would be classically recommended. You know,
I get what you're putting down.
Yes. So it's very interesting. The story follows. It's young adult. So, and I would even say like
middle.
Yeah, it could be. You could read it if you're 13. I read it when I was 21 and I loved it. So
I feel like if it was out when we were in elementary school, this would be a book that you were reading in elementary school.
Yeah, or middle school more than elementary school.
I think it's like on par, like writing wise, like with the first 2 Harry Potter books, like age wise.
Yeah, or like Percy Jackson or like one of those. Yeah, but it's not fantasy. It's a mystery. It's a mystery.
It's mystery.
Young adult. The main character is like a 16-ish, 15-ish? 16-year-old girl.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, something like that.
No. 17.
I don't know. Somewhere in the late teens. She acquires...
She's almost 18 by the end of the series.
Okay. Anyways. She acquires a bunch of money. Just happenstance. She has no idea why. She comes from like a very... just like not wealthy home. Like her and her mom kind of live together and they're her mom's struggling to pay bills. Like she does not live a wealthy life, and all of the sudden like she acquires a ton of money, but there's a contingency where in order for her to actually inherit that all of what has been given to her in this person's will, who is the reason why she acquired all the money. She doesn't know this person, by the way. In order for her to actually inherit the money, she has to live in this house for a year. Right? A year?
A year, yeah.
Yeah. And so it follows her story. There's other people living in this house, so it follows like her interesting relationship development with them.
Yeah.
There's not a heavy romance plot. There's like a little bit of
It's like a subplot.
yeah, but I would say it's not even like romancy. I think there's enough to where you're like intrigued by, oh, maybe there could be a romance between these characters, but it's not a romance by any means.
No.
But yeah, it's very fast paced, very plot driven. It's well written too. Like it doesn't. It's not distracting in any way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
There's like riddles in it, and I thought the riddles were really interesting too.
Yeah,
because you get to like try to solve them as you read, which I had a really fun time with.
Yes, I would also recommend this to like any like it could be you could be a 13-year-old girl. You could be a 15-year-old boy. You could be a
Ryan read it.
Yeah.
My husband read it at 22 and really, really, really liked it.
Yeah. So, like, if you're a parent of, like, young readers, too, this could be a fun thing to, like, maybe read together.
Mm-hmm. I think it'd be really entertaining for both, like, the adult and the child.
Yes.
It is really versatile for age and gender.
It's a great read.
It really is.
Highly
good
recommend.
pick.
Thank you.
I should have picked that.
No, you had a really good one.
We both did.
And ours are different.
Very.
So, yeah, I love it. Okay.
Love.
We're going to move on to our just get to know us questions, which I'm very excited for.
I don't know what any of these are. I'm a little nervous.
It's going to be great. Okay, I got like this little game from a gift exchange over Christmas, and there's like a bunch of like conversation cards. So I just pulled some questions from that. So that's what we're going to chat about. All right, the first question is, if calories didn't exist and all food was healthy, what would you eat more
Pizza.
of? That was so fast.
You can ask anyone in my life. Pizza.
Okay. All right. I think the other contingency of the question is that
you wouldn't get sick.
I wouldn't get sick. I have horrible stomach everything. Pretty girls have stomach problems.
IBS girly.
IBS girly. But yeah, if none of that was a factor, mine would be mac and cheese.
Ooh, like what about mac and cheese on pizza?
No.
You've never had that?
I've had it.
I love it.
I like it. It's okay, but I would rather just eat a bowl of mac and cheese.
Do you like Kraft mac and cheese?
Yeah.
It's like one. I know it's like not mac and cheese, but it's one of my favorites.
But hear me out. My mom always made like homemade mac and cheese growing up, and it was so good.
I feel like if you grew up on homemade mac and cheese, then Kraft is just crap.
Yeah.
But I grew up on Kraft, and the character, oh my gosh.
We were more of like a Velveeta household. Like we didn't get as much
my
Kraft.
sister likes Velveeta.
I like Velveeta better than Kraft.
I like Kraft.
Okay. Kraft or Velveeta, let us know in the comments.
Let us know. I'm going to lose that. I know quality-wise Velveeta's way better. I think it's just like a nostalgia thing.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure other people would agree with that too, though.
Probably.
Okay, what is the most overrated movie in your opinion?
Oh, this is so hard. I'm not a movie person.
Right.
I only really watch Disney movies, so the only thing I can think of right now is Frozen 1.
Yeah, it kind of goes hard though.
Frozen 2 goes hard.
No way.
Are you kidding?
I liked Frozen 2, but I feel like Frozen 1
cried
was
like
better.
a baby in Frozen 2. Maybe I just feel like Frozen 1 is overplayed.
Yeah. Well, that was the question. What's overrated?
True. I'm sticking with it.
Okay. Stick with it.
Yeah.
Stay with your gut. Okay. The most overrated movie, in my opinion, this is also hard for me to answer because I grew up on movies. Like, we were movie people. So, I honestly also I feel like I didn't watch a ton of overrated movies. However, the first thing that comes to mind for me is Suicide Squad.
Because that was not good.
It was not. It was terrible.
Yeah, you're right.
And I feel like a lot of people really liked it, and I'm like, I don't think we watched the same movie. I think
they just liked Margot Robbie.
Absolutely valid. I loved her in that, but that was the only good part of that movie.
He is my least favorite Joker, I have to say.
I don't know. Suicide Squad is my answer to that.
That's a good answer.
Okay. Do you know what your name would have been if you had been born a boy?
Yeah.
What is it?
Dominic. I'm just really thankful I was a girl.
Me too.
What was yours?
Well, mine would have been David.
Oh, and
That's my brother's name.
Yeah.
My parents had Catherine, which is my full name, and David picked out before, like,
Okay.
when my mom was pregnant with me.
okay, my mom had Abby picked out for me, or Abigail.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cute.
And then her mom, my mama was like, people are gonna call her Krabby Abby, so she wanted to call me Lexi.
Uh-huh.
And then my mama was like, but if she's a lawyer, like, no one's gonna respect a lawyer named Lexi. She needs a proper name. So we went with Alexis,
That's so funny.
with the nickname Lexi.
I love
Yeah,
it.
but Dominic. And I have two brothers, and neither one of them are Dominic. One's Philip and one's Christopher.
That's so funny.
So
But those names suit your brothers.
they very much do. And then I have a sister who's also Catherine.
That's so funny. Mm-hmm. Which Harry Potter character do you either relate the most to or feel like you are most similar to?
I think I would go with Oliver Wood.
Interesting choice. Tell me more.
Because the sports aspect, first of all,
Okay.
and kind of having blindsiders onto anything but your sport. That was me a lot of times growing up. And me sometimes now. I put, like, my sport above, like, the health of my body and stuff. Yeah, and just kind of being ignorant to the world around me sometimes.
Okay.
For my sport.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Mine is so basic, but I feel like it's so true.
I feel like I know
for
what you're going
me.
to say. Just say it.
I think it's Hermione.
Yeah, that's who I would pick for you.
Because as much as that's such a basic answer, I really do feel like it's true. And not just because of the, like, relatable part of her. I really do feel like my personality matches most closely with hers. Like,
No, I agree. Like, you are very much, like when I knew you when you were in school, like, school-oriented.
so studious, like, got A's on everything, worked very, very hard on everything that I did. Like, also in the ways where Hermione is very uptight, I am also very, like, I can be very uptight and, like, tightly wound about things, where, like, the same kind of things with her. Like, she got, like, freaked out and super uptight and super... Yeah, she was just very, like, tightly wound a lot of the times, but also, like, loved to be around people who were more fun and people who took things seriously.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm
And
that
that's
way
a good
too.
mix
It's like
with Ron and Harry.
Exactly, yeah. Like, needing someone to like, take me down a notch, but also needing to be around people who are also driven, because I would be, like,
yeah.
so frustrated with the people, like, around me if I were surrounded by lazy people.
I went between Oliver and Ron. So it's funny that
I
you
can
picked
see
Hermione.
that.
Because I'm also very goofy, and sometimes I have a hard time getting serious because I just want to have fun.
Yeah, I could see that.
But I think I'm going to stick with Oliver Wood. But Ron was an option, which is, like, funny because I think how we're similar to Ron and Hermione is how we get along really well.
It's true. I think so too. What would a typical day look like for you if you were a billionaire?
Okay, I would wake up to no alarm because I don't need a job.
Yes.
First of all, I would put on, like, some really comfy slippers.
Ooh, nice.
I would get a really nice fancy coffee. And I would read a book, of course. And then I would go to the store and buy more books because when you read one, you can buy 5 when you're a billionaire.
Right.
And I think I would just, honestly, like, for a book podcast, this is so cliche, but I think I would spend most of my days reading.
Yeah. That's so fair.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'd
donate some money.
Yeah.
Let me just say that.
Yeah, I think if I were a billionaire that didn't have to work, I would still wake up generally early because I like the mornings and I like routine. And I know. I would still wake up generally early. I would sit, though, with my fancy expensive coffee for like 2 hours, so it wouldn't even matter that I woke up early because I'm still just going to sit around all morning. And then I would also... I would probably try to volunteer somewhere and like have that be a regular part, if it's not every day, like at least a few times a week.
Yeah. I like
and
that.
definitely give money away.
I would like volunteer to read books to the elderly, I think.
Yeah.
If I had to pick my volunteerism.
I think I would just like,
or to school kids.
Yeah, but mine would probably have something more to do with like volunteering with kids.
I can see that.
Yeah. And then I think I would also go to the bookstore, and
I think I'd go to the bookstore every single day. I'd buy a bookstore.
I'd probably have an in-home library.
For sure.
Yeah. And then I would probably spend my evenings reading.
Mm-hmm.
Or
go to church on Sundays.
Yeah. I would go out with friends. I would go get coffees with friends like all the time.
And do reading dates or just coffee?
Both.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it too.
Let's become billionaires so we can live our dreams.
Deal.
My dream is to read all day, every day.
Mine's not. I love to read.
I think I would get sick of it if it was all day.
Exactly.
Like, realistically.
I love people. I love to be around people, which is not common for readers. Usually, readers are very introverted, I feel like.
I love hanging around people, but I have a really low social battery.
Okay, that's fair.
And I feel like my answers right now are what they are because
you're tired.
I drained my social battery this weekend.
There you go.
I'm still waiting for it to charge back up, so that's why all my answers are very introverted answers.
That is so fair. Mm-hmm. Okay. Have you ever achieved one of your New Year's resolutions or goals?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you think of like a specific one?
I had a goal to read 80 books this year, and I read 100.
Okay.
Are you talking more personal?
I guess it could be either one.
Okay,
but I
so
wasn't
there's a
really thinking
bookish
like
one.
Book reading goals, like number goals.
Okay, personal? I don't think I really set resolutions.
Yeah.
Or goals, really, because, I don't know, life just kind of takes you where it takes you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I don't like sit down and like write goals. I don't like have anything to really go off of, I guess.
Okay, I definitely do.
Okay.
I like write down things at the beginning of the year.
Maybe I should this year.
I love to journal. So like, and like I love planning and organizing my journals, which is also how I am Hermione.
I have one journal is for books. If that doesn't tell you what my life revolves around.
I like have multiple bullet journals. I have like a work one and a personal one, and like I don't use them like all the time, and sometimes like I'll get lazy or like forget, but I always am so much happier when I'm using them. But last year I set out on a mission to figure out what was wrong with my stomach, and like I did a full elimination thing, and I was planning for the month of January last year. One of my like goals was to have no sugar, no dairy, no gluten, and no soy. And
so like, what did you eat?
Achieved all of that in the month of January, and then at
so
the end of January, I decided that I felt so much better when I wasn't having those things. So for the rest of 2023, I have pretty successfully been like, I would say like 80% dairy, gluten, and soy free.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really hard to do.
Yeah.
Especially, like, as you said, like, you like to go out with your friends and stuff. Like, that's hard to do when you're going out.
Yeah, it definitely is.
That's amazing.
I just do my best. But like I said, it's like 80%.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to go crazy sometimes.
Yeah, and I try not to, like, really go overboard whenever I do have any of those things, because, like, I just know I'm going to be miserable. Like, I don't think I went super, super overboard, but I had, like, more of that stuff than I have in a long time over the weekend, and like my stomach has been torn up for like the last 3 days.
No.
Yeah, but hi, IBS issues. As this whole episode is just about me and my stomach problems.
I need to do something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I don't know what like makes my stomach not feel well though.
That's why you have to do like the elimination stuff.
I know, and I also like have been having incredibly bad heartburn. Really, really bad. And I keep, like, you can ask my husband, for, like, 4 months I've been like, I need to just, like, track, like, when I have it, what I ate, and I just haven't sat down and done it.
Yeah, maybe so that can be this year.
A resolution.
There you go.
Yeah, or goal, whatever.
Okay. When was the last time you went to a library?
Oh, gosh. Probably high school. Really? Yeah. It's so funny because we moved to Texas like a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. And the part of Texas we lived in, I got a library card so I could use the Libby app. But you got it like online, then you had to go in person and like get the physical card, and I still haven't done it.
Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, so high school is when the last time, and I think it was for an award ceremony that was like the college was doing nearby. I don't think I've ever had a library card.
That's crazy to me.
Like, if I wanted to read something, I just would go to Barnes & Noble and read it and then put it back on the shelf because they had the cafe.
Yeah.
So.
That's crazy. I think for me it's only been like a few months.
Okay. Ryan's been to the library more recent than I have.
Yeah. I have a library card and I like my local library. I used to go a lot more frequently because I lived a bit closer to it, and I was like really enjoying checking out books because like we were very, very tight on money, and so there was like no shot I was buying books. It was like if I wanted to read it, I had to figure it out, borrow it, or go to the library. So, I just went a few months ago, like not too long, maybe 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I should get my butt into a library.
It's good for you. Mm-hmm. What crowd were you a part of in high school?
That's so tough because I went to 2 high schools technically. Like, and not like I moved.
Right. Your normal school, not the other one.
My normal school, I was like the athletic crowd, but not the super, super popular athletic crowd.
Okay.
Like, I wasn't like popular, like with the popular kids. Yeah. But like the people who were on my softball team, because a lot of people on the softball team, they were like really smart, and I'm not like selling myself short. I'm just not naturally smart. Mm-hmm. Like book smart. So I wasn't in the same.
So funny.
I know. So I wasn't like in the same classes as them. So I was like in the athletic mid group.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I almost just spilled my drink on myself.
Your Olipop is that an Olipop?
Uh-huh.
That would be tragic. But also, when I was in high school, my mom was a school nurse, so I ate lunch in my mom's office so I could have like hot paninis. So I didn't like sit with friends. I didn't sit with friends. Well, it was my choice because I wanted hot paninis. I didn't want school lunch.
That's so valid.
Mm-hmm. And then my last 2 years, I was like driving during the lunch period to get to the 2 high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was a band kid. Like hardcore. But the thing about my school was that the band kids were like the popular kids. Like,
wait, your school had like one of the best bands in where
region,
we live.
Yeah,
the region.
Yeah, and
like y'all got to travel and
yeah. We traveled across the country for band.
Florida? Did you go to Florida?
We went to Florida. We went to California.
Oh,
we went to New York every year. We have I had 2 big trips. Only one was on a plane. We drove to Florida. It's awful. On buses. It was like 30-something hours.
With all the instruments and stuff?
With all the instruments and all the band kids. But so, the thing about my high school is like a quarter of us were in band.
Yeah.
So, band. There was a ton. But like, I was in the band kid group of the kids who were like in band. Like, there were kids that like I said, a quarter of the school was in band. So like, there were kids that were in band, but they were just there to like travel and, you know, whatever.
Yeah, or get the credit.
Yeah, and get the credit.
It gives you a gym credit in high school, right?
Not at my high school, it didn't.
Oh, okay.
But
mine did.
Get the credit. It looks great on college applications and all that. But then, because I am try hard, I was in the like band kids who were really serious about being band kids group, where like I ate lunch in the band room. And like, yeah, I took 2 band classes. I was in regular band and I was in jazz ensemble. All 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, my sophomore year of high school, I was in symphonic band, which is like the extra bandy band.
We had 2 very different high school experiences.
Like, symphonic you had to try out for, and I made it my sophomore year, and that's like unheard of. I I was very intense about being a band kid. And then I ended up, like, being a section leader my senior year of high school. Wow. So I was, like, bossing all the other
I love that.
trumpet players around, which was crazy because trumpets were one of the biggest sections.
I played trumpet in elementary school and middle school.
Yeah. Yeah,
And then they told me I'd start walking with the instrument, and I was like, oh, heck no.
That's so funny.
I'm not coordinated.
Yeah, so all my friends were, like, super into band.
Yeah, we were two definitely opposite sides of the coins in high school.
Yeah.
I eat, sleep, breathed softball.
Like, my high school best friend ended up being the drum major our senior year.
I love that. That's so fun.
Yeah.
My best friend was the pitcher, and I was the catcher.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
What is the best song ever written? I have mine if you want.
Yeah, you go.
All Too Well Taylor's version, the 10-minute version.
Yeah. That's a good, like, it is a quality song. Like, to be able to write a 10-minute song and have it be that entertaining and engaging is just pure talent.
Right? I'm sure that there are other, like, world's best songs ever written. But, like, in my experience and my, like, knowledge, All Too Well, 10-minute version.
Okay, well, I almost exclusively listen to Luke Combs.
Okay.
And my favorite song from him right now, so this is what I have to go with because it's, it's the best song that he writes is Joe, which I love because everyone knows, like, country music is known for, like, beer and drinking and women. Mm-hmm. And this song is about sobriety.
Wow.
And it talks about, like, salvation and being sober, and I love it. He plays it at every single one of his concerts so that the people who are attending who are sober have, like, a song to jam out to.
That's so cool.
And yeah, the reasoning behind why he wrote it just makes me feel like it's the best song ever written.
I love that. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, this is our last question, ladies and gentlemen.
How are we doing?
We're doing good, I think. Okay. If your house caught fire and you could only save one of your books, which one would it be?
Okay. I'm not allowed to use my fire skills to save the house.
No.
Okay. What's the word? My book with the highest value is my Owl Crate Divine Rivals edition.
Absolutely it is.
Yes. However, I think my real answer is I have, like, the children book my mom read to me every single night on my shelf. Oh. And I've always, like, I've had, like, vivid images of, like, me reading that same exact copy to my kids, so I think I'd have to grab that book.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That's incredible.
It's called Goodnight Kiss.
Oh, that's so precious.
Yeah.
Okay, the thing that, like, I just keeps coming to my head, so that would probably be the thing that I would go for, is my copy of The Fault in Our Stars, because of how loved it is and how sentimental it is.
I love that.
I read that book over and over and over. And, like, books are replaceable, but, like, one with so much nostalgia attached to it, like, a new book just doesn't feel the same as one.
It'd be too crisp.
Yeah.
I feel that.
I, like, loved and read over and over again for years.
Yeah. I would be... Like, I know books and houses, like, in the long run are kind of superficial, but I would be absolutely devastated.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Even if I and everyone,
this is
all
just
the humans, me and all the humans lived and the animals lived, I would still be absolutely devastated to lose my book collection.
I mean, as you should.
Yeah.
This was a hypothetical situation. I'm not going to
You're not going to burn my house down? Okay, good. So if the house catches fire, y'all blame Katie.
Wasn't me. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap up this episode. Yes. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes. If you liked this episode, please like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Leave us a 5-star rating on Spotify. Answer in the comments if you have any answers.
Yeah, I'd love to know what y'all's thoughts were on these and your answers.
Yeah, seriously. We'd love to chat in the comments or over on social media. You can follow us at goread.sis on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. We love you. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Bye.
Bye.